Hello, today I hope that you're having good time in French. As I told you, it's important that we kind of speak French in the French class, so we can show our skills in French. So for this day number two, I hope you get the hang of Edmodo. The good thing about Edmodo is that you can listen to it, stop it, or move forward it. If you already know this stuff that I'm talking about, but it's always good to practice. So today you see here it says notes. That means between this PowerPoint, this presentation, you're gonna have some notes that we were supposed to take in class, but you're gonna take it at home so that in class you don't waste time taking notes. And then if you have questions when you come to class, make sure you ask those. All right. So today we're going to talk about subject pronoun je, like I. When you say I, you, he, or she, those are subject pronoun. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So before we're going to review the conversation, cultural conversation on page 21 in your textbook as we see in class. Okay. Remember, the more you see, the better it is for you to understand. The more practice you do, the better you get in French. So once again, last time we learned about these two people, Valerie and Karine. So we said that it was Wednesday afternoon since Karine and Valerie don't have classes. So we were talking about what they were going to do this afternoon, okay, or that afternoon, depending on how you're looking at this. So, I want to say dis, okay, qu'est-ce que tu aimes faire? J'aime aller au cinéma. Pourquoi? On passe un bon film au Gaumont. On y va? Pas possible. J'utilise pour l'interro demain. And then she finished and she say alors à demain. Okay, we talk about what those means. Hopefully you understand exactly what all this means. Okay. At this point you can stop the video and just read it to yourself and then make sure you understand each single word. Okay, if you don't understand it, make sure you ask me in class or you can ask here in Edmodo. Okay, better in class because we're gonna use class time for discussion. All right. So after that, we're gonna cover like the other part of the lesson as we've been doing so far, right? So okay, let's now review the vocabulary again. Frédéric aime nager. Gilberte aime téléphoner. Philippe aime étudier. Sophie et Nicole aiment jouer au foot. Damien et Karim aiment bien aller au cinéma. Delphine aime skier. Françoise et Alain aiment écouter de la musique. Louis aime regarder la télé. Manu aime jouer au basket. Le foot, le basket, la télé, la musique, le cinéma. Okay, those are all the skills that you're supposed to know by now in terms of vocabulary. Alright, so now go ahead and take a piece of paper and get the notes out. So today we're going to talk about subject pronoun. It's important that you understand that subject pronoun replaces the noun, okay? And then it's usually used as subject in a sentence. Okay, the subject always precedes the verb, so the verbs usually follow the subject. Okay, so it's important that you understand that in French as in English, you need a subject pronoun in any sentence where you have a verb. So go ahead. Hopefully you have written subject pronoun. Okay, so to talk about to talk to or about people, we usually use a subject pronoun to replace their names. Okay, for example, instead of saying Elizabeth is reading a book, you can say she's reading a book. She is the subject pronoun, is the verb, the book is the direct object because the direct object answer the question what. Okay, and then the subject pronoun usually answer the question who. or what is doing the action. Okay, so subject pronoun are either singular, okay, in term of in the case is referring to one person, or plural if we're referring to more than one person. So here are the subject pronoun that you will see in French. Okay, for example, here you have je. Okay, je means I, and then tu means you, il, he, elle is she, on is one, they or we, and for plural meaning more than one. Okay, so plural here now you can see means more than one, so two and more. So we, right? We're gonna use no, and then for vous is you for plural, like you guys, you are, and then il or elle is they. Okay, you might be asking yourself like, oh, Mr. Zulia, well, how come you have you here and you here for vous, right? So remember, you can use the formal you if it's formal because you're talking to somebody that you respect or you don't know or somebody older than you. You're gonna use you for plural, and then if you speak Spanish, the usted, and then you can use you here for more than one person, like you guys or you guys or you all. Okay, and then you when you're talking to one person but formally. So also note that je, okay, je becomes the apostrophe if the words that follow begins with a vowel sound. Okay, when I say vowel sound, it could be in French it could be y, a, O, U, I, E, H, which is a mute sound. Okay, so and also remember that on, see the on here is singular, although it refers to one more than one person. Okay, so it's important you understand that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get your book and then turn to page 25, 24, 25. You're gonna actually do some practice here. Just make sure you understand it. Okay, so it says here, find the subject pronoun. Oh, by the way, don't put your notes away because you're gonna be taking more notes for the sake of this lesson. Okay, so find the subject pronoun in each line or advertisement. For example, number one, il jouait du piano assis. Okay, il jouait du piano assis. Okay, it's pretty obvious that here the subject pronoun for number one is il, right? Il, because it's right before the verb and is a subject in this sentence, so it's the subject pronoun. So let's go for number two. Vous avez gagné 20 euros, vous avez gagné 20 euros. So the subject pronoun here is vous, okay? Vous, obviously, okay? It goes before the verb. Hopefully that's what you say. Number three, what is the subject pronoun? Okay, think about it real quick. Ah, good. Hopefully you say je. Okay, je désire m'abonner à Paris Match. Okay, number three, Paris Match is actually just a magazine in France that people always like to read, Okay, about people like celebrities. Okay, let's check number four. Tu as joué? What did you play? Okay, the subject pronoun here is tu, right? Tu. Hopefully you got two. Now number five. Okay, nouvelle Peugeot 405 MI16. It was like sport cars for Peugeot. That was like in the in 2000s. It's kind of it was a popular, very beautiful car. Okay, so la nouvelle Peugeot 405 MI16. Ici, la 16 stands for 16. It's soupape. It says soupape. Usually it's for sporty cars. I'm not gonna say cylinders. I want to say cylinders, but I'm not really sure here. I'm not gonna say something I'm not sure about. Okay. Elle met tout son talent à vos pieds. So that car puts all its talents at your feet. No, basically mean that if you press the gas, it's gonna respond. So here the subject pronoun is elle. Okay, let's go for number six. On name on the test, we like, we dislike. Okay, so the subject pronoun is on, hopefully. Okay, let's go for number seven. Ils ont dit oui comme au cinéma. Subject pronoun is il, right? And then number eight, nous allons à la plage. Subject pronoun is nous. Very good, right? So you can go back and check it and play it again. So let's go for activity six. It says select the appropriate subject pronoun to describe each person or group of people from the following list. Number one, you say is a female. is a female, so the subject pronoun is elle by herself, right? Let's check number two. You have two male, so the subject pronoun is gonna be they, right? Il. Very good. Number three is a one man, so the subject pronoun is il. Number four is more than two people. Okay, one person, and then you have at least a male there, so it's gonna be il. Okay, for masculine. And then number five is all girls, so it's gonna be elle plural. And number six, you have a guy and a lady, so it's gonna be il. Okay, always remember the male dominant. Okay, so remember that. All right, let's move on now. So you can go ahead and take your note back. We're gonna do the vous against the il, tu. Okay, so we're gonna continue with not. So tu or vous, I already explained it, but I'm gonna formally go and talk about it. So, okay, in French, tu and vous both means you, but they are used in different ways. When you talk to one person, you use tu. Okay, so basically use tu with a friend, a close relative, a person of your own age, and a child or a pet. You're gonna use tu. Okay, pretty simple. That's when you use tu, like one person. Okay, and then you use vous for an adult you don't know, just as I said before, a distant relative. And number three, a person older than you, an acquaintance, and a person of authority such as a teacher, a police officer. You're gonna use vous. Okay, people usually you don't know. Okay, so the grammar we're gonna go over that in class. Okay, so make sure you bring your handout in class. All right, so this was the note for today. Go ahead and for the sake of homework, show me that you have you have gone over this video. It's kind of important that you actually do so because that's how you will learn it, right? So we're not trying to trick the teacher in this situation. It's up to you. You know, you need to learn. If you want to really learn, you have to do what it takes to do it. Okay, so go ahead and do from your textbook activity practice 7. Okay, page 26. You can do it. Here is about tu or vous. Pretty simple. This is it here. I gave you the first one. For example, it says this is from your textbook. Tu or vous. Okay, so indicate whether you should use tu or vous with each person or group of people. Okay, for example, Karen's mother, you're going to use vous, and so on. You're going to do all the way to number 10, and then you turn in and you're done. So bring your question in class tomorrow so we can practice. All we're going to be doing practicing because it's important that we actually practice and get this. On this note, take care et à bientôt. Au revoir. Au revoir, au revoir, au revoir.